Hey everybody, it is Chuck Barone. Tuesday, August the 20th, 2024. A fabulous Tuesday. Guys, I gotta tell you, I was looking around last couple of days for stuff to talk about on the show. The finance is getting quiet while the politics just dominates everything. I mean, you get on my news feed, which is pretty extensive. It's all politics, endless, endless, endless. I can't wait till it's over. Let's just have the damn election already. Enough's enough. Most people know who they're going to vote for. We don't need all this fun. Let's get it over with and get moving on with our lives. Jesus, man, it's crazy how much there's. I mean, literally 3 out of every 4 stories in the news feed are either the Democrats and their big convention, Trump fighting back, the vice presidents, and on and on and on it goes. Silly time. Anyway, I get rambling, forgive me. um, Before I get rolling, let me take a half a second. Welcome everybody to the show. All my friends on the chat going here. Welcome everybody. I appreciate it. And as always, thank you guys a million, million, million times for your support for the show. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. All right, let's talk about markets today. So it's going to be a weird week this week, guys, because Powell, they're having their big Jackson Hole, their annual, and Powell will not be speaking until Friday. So we'll get jobless claims on Thursday, and we'll get some data coming in this week. Not a lot of stuff, though. So the whole week is basically going to boil down to about 1 hour on Friday when Powell gets up in front of the press and talks. It's crazy, man. So the markets are going to be weird this week. They're going to be kind of quiet, I think. The only thing that's been happening really in these markets is the dollar getting beat up. The stock market today kind of just, it was a down day that had an 8-day winning streak on the S&P. Down today, not big though, just a little bit. And like I said, the market just waiting now for Powell on Friday. There'll be other stuff in here, but it all boils down to Powell. All right, so let's talk about these markets today then. Stock market was down across the board, not in a big way though. The Dow fell 61 points, sitting at 40,834. That's a great number for the Dow. The Nasdaq down 59 points, 17,816 for the Nasdaq, and the S&P down 11 points, 5,597. Pretty lofty number there for the S&P 500 as well. So even though stocks had a down day today, they're still at really high valuations for the most part. Unless the stock was punished for something, most stocks kind of high right now. So we'll see how it holds up this week. It's going to be interesting because any little thing could upset the whole apple cart because nothing's really going to happen till Friday. Crazy. So the bond market's actually rallied up today. Yields coming down. The 10-year down 5 basis points, now at 3.82%. And the 2-year falls 7 basis points, sitting at 3.99%. So now everything's back under 4. And you got this inversion getting a little bit wider again. Now it's about 17 basis points. It was in the single digits last week. So we'll see, guys. I think that sooner or later this yield curve is going to correct itself. That'll lead to its own set of consequences, I guess. Craziest times. I've never seen these markets looking like this. It's just weird, man. So the dollar today got beat up pretty good. The dollar down 46 basis points, 101.41 on the index. So now the dollar coming down to the lows that I can't remember seeing it under 101 for the past couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see where this dollar settles down, especially in light of what's going to happen on Friday with Powell's comments and rate cuts coming. Precious metals today with the dollar down rallied up a little bit, but again, nothing exciting. Gold up $10, $10.40, $2,515.40 for an ounce of gold. A really good number for gold. Silver up just 5 cents. Now $29.40. 40 cents for gold or for silver. So it's inching its way back up to $30. It looks like pretty strong resistance there, guys. We need to get past that 30 and stay there. Oil today comes down again, down 55 cents per barrel. Now sitting at $73.82 for a barrel of West Texas Intermediate. You guys know, right? I've been telling you between 70 and 75 is where it wants to be. That's right where it is. And there might be some breakouts. It's done that a few times, but it just kind of seems to want to be right between 70 and 75. It has been for a while. Bitcoin today rallies up $480, $59,440 for Bitcoin today. A decent number for Bitcoin, but again, it's like silver. It's moving up to a resistance number, 60,000 for Bitcoin, $30 for silver. They need to break through those resistance, hold that position, then move up. Then it'll continue to move up. All right, so let's talk about what we got to know. I was looking actually in yesterday's Wall Street Journal to see the data that's coming this week, and there just really is not much happening. We'll get earnings, and earnings could change some stuff around. Like today, we got Lowe's earnings, and just like Office Depot, their earnings tanked. So people putting off the expensive stuff now. But the big day this week is going to be Friday. Okay, Friday, Powell will give his speech. On Wednesday, they're going to release the minutes from the last open market committee meeting the Fed had. Those are always interesting. We'll see in those minutes how people were feeling about rate cuts, who voted which way, was there consensus. We'll get some basic information. And then Friday, Powell, I'm assuming, will set the table for rate cuts coming. Although we got some action coming this week that could upset the apple cart. We'll have to see how it all plays out, right? So Jackson Hole, it's just the whole big thing. It'll end as usual on Friday. They'll have this big buildup. Maybe some people will talk, blah, 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 this is what's happening there. But the whole thing boils down to Friday's big press conference. Now, here's the thing, guys. This is what could upset the whole apple cart. On Wednesday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics will revise the non-farm payrolls. Okay, now this is going from April of 23 to March of 24. So a full year of jobs, okay, is going to be revised to reflect a more correct number. Now, the estimates on this revision, get this, guys, range from 600,000 to 1 million jobs that they say we created that we didn't. So this jobs bill, this jobs is going to kablooey. It's going to take away, all these jobs every month. We're getting the non-farm payrolls, right? And we were on a pretty robust pace there, right? Hiring. Now it's come down quite a bit. I think last month was 115,000. It freaked the market out. Well, now they're going to, all those lofty numbers, snip, 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 snip. That's what's going to happen. 600,000 to 1 million jobs. Now, the worst part about this is, number one, it's going to really throw a wrench in the gears of the Fed, right? Because the hot job market, that's all we heard about for the reason for keeping rates higher for longer. If we get to where these higher rates actually bring us into a recession, this bad data is going to be the cause of that, which is crazy, right? And all it does is reinforce this notion that all government data is bullshit. All government data is suspect. And I guess there's a reason for that. When you see these kind of revisions, 1 million freaking jobs over 12 months, that's almost 100,000 jobs a month they were oversaying. I mean, now we'll see what kind of effect this has on Powell and rate cuts coming up. I'm sure Powell will be talking about this on Friday at his presser. So we'll find out. I think that this is not exactly what he was hoping for right before his big press conference. But that is a stunning, stunning, stunning number, guys. I mean, I every time I talk on the show about government statistics, I get blasted pretty good in the comments about how lame and how much bullshit all of the numbers are. And I get it. The numbers have not been astoundingly accurate ever. Okay, but this, when you miss by 1 million friggin' jobs, guys, that starts to look intentional, doesn't it? I mean, it's just such bullshit, man. So we'll see what that number going to come in at on Wednesday. that's going to rattle markets pretty good, I think. This idea that this economy is going to have this soft landing. I've been telling you guys about this forever. The perfect scenario, the perfect landing, everything's just going to work out perfectly. I got to see that to believe it, because in my time on planet Earth, and I'm getting friggin' old now, guys, but in my time here, I've never seen anything really work out perfectly. Have you? I mean, it's crazy times, guys. All right, so Powell, we know Friday is going to be the monster day. We'll see what happens. We'll see on that jobs report on Wednesday. All right. Home buyers backing out of real estate deals at record numbers, guys. 60,000 people canceled real estate contracts in July. 60,000 people canceled contracts. Now they're trying to, spin this into something that's not so bad. And there are normally a number of contracts canceled every month for some reason at the end. But this is a big number. 60,000 is a lot, especially in a market where there's, the amount of transactions total is going down. This really knocks a friggin' hole in it, doesn't it, guys? I mean, now why are people canceling? Number one, once they really get in there and they understand they're locking themselves into a 30-year payment of $2,500 or $3,000, or they believe rates are going to come down, they can get a cheaper payment next month. Or they believe real estate prices now are peaking out and are going to start coming down, which, well, we got to see how that goes. But buyers having their reasons, 60,000 people canceling out of contracts just in July. Lowe's came out today with their earnings. I don't normally talk about earnings much, but this one's important because this follows Home Depot last week, talking about, the people are postponing projects. Remember during the COVID thingy, everybody was doing projects at their houses, sprucing up their houses, and everybody was doing that stuff. Great times for Lowe's and Home Depot, but now people are broke, man. People don't want to go charge a new bathroom or new kitchen cabinets or new flooring or whatever they're getting. So Lowe's and Home Depot pointing, hey guys, let's look at this. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to be really, really, really difficult for these guys to get through this whole thing, bring inflation down from 9 to 2, slow down the jobs market, which maybe wasn't as robust as we thought, and land this perfect landing. And like I said, I got to see it to believe it. Gold prices, almost 35% this year. People wondering why gold's going up. Well, guys, the weaker dollar is one of the biggest reasons. Number two, anticipation of the dollar always getting weaker, weaker, weaker. And I got to tell you, man, it's going to only continue to go higher. People are on to this fake bullshit now. People understanding they have to have some of their resources in real money, gold and silver. I'm surprised silver hasn't blasted off. I assumed it would be much higher today than it is, especially when it broke through 30 so easily last time and hasn't been able to get back above that. But we can look forward to gold and silver prices continuing to go up even higher. And lastly today, it's going to be a short show. There just wasn't a lot to really ramble on about. Disney. Have you guys seen this story? So the guy and his wife are at Disney, and she has very, very serious food allergies, like really bad. So they went to a restaurant in Disney and were completely assured that there wouldn't be any allergens in her food. They don't mix, they don't do that there. There's no nuts, there's no whatever the allergy was. So they eat the meal. The lady goes into anaphylactic shock from some kind of allergen. She actually gives herself an epinephrine shot, which is usually the antidote for that, but nope. She ends up dying from this allergic reaction, anaphylactic shock. So now the husband's pissed, and rightfully so, because they told him there would be no chance of there being allergens in the food that killed her. So he wants to sue Disney. Well, Disney now pulls out, I guess a couple of years ago, he got the free, they give you like a week or 10 days or whatever to sign up and have Disney Plus for free before the subscription kicks in, you start paying. So the guy did the free trial on Disney Plus. And as part of the agreement in that Disney Plus free trial, you agree to go to arbitration with Disney in the event of a kerfluffle. So Disney's legal people now tried to use that agreement on a free trial to prevent the guy from suing them in court over the death of his wife. They were saying he had to go to arbitration because of this Disney Plus thing. His lawyers made a big deal out of it. It got tons and tons of publicity, made Disney look like crap, like the corporate shitheads that they are. So now Disney backing off on this, and this case is going to end up in a court trial. What's fair is fair, Disney. Come on, man. Now, you want to charge $100 to park your car there, and at the same time, you don't want to take responsibility for somebody dying from food you fed them? That's corporate America in the 2020s, guys. It's crazy, crazy stuff. Anyway, that's it for the day. I know it's a short show today. Hopefully, we'll get a little bit more data to talk about tomorrow. A lot of important stuff today, though. This Jackson Hole meeting, this job revision, this is big stuff, guys. The government hardly ever going to admit to a giant mistake like that. So it's interesting to me that it's coming out now, 2 days before this, right before this big rate cut thing. It's interesting, timing-wise, right? But anyway, that's it for the day. I'm going to get home, get chilling with the wife, and have a little food. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Much appreciated. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out, guys. The like button helps us get the video out to a few more people. We need to increase our views. Thank you all of you very much for being here today, being on the chat. Hi, Donna. And we'll be back again tomorrow, guys, to bring you the news you need. Until then, everybody, take care.